welcome. I had the luxury of getting a good workout this morning because I'm waiting for a package to arrive of some important parts for anesthesia machine maintenance. So they should be in about 30 minutes to an hour, which gives me just enough time to get to Beverly Hills. That morning sunburst is cool, isn't it? Well, I wanted to talk about the last post that I just put up here on Facebook. Virtues, values, and purpose. Okay? As a rational objectivist, we understand that in order to live fully, man must hold three values as primary, which are reason, purpose, and self-esteem. Reason, because man is the rational animal, meaning we are not the fiercest or the strongest or the toughest animal in the animal kingdom, but we are the smartest. And because we're the smartest, we're the dominant creatures. And so man lives by means of his gray matter. And so reason is of the utmost importance. Purpose, well, purpose you can pretty much equate to freedom, right? Because purpose means for one person something different than it may mean for another. But the important thing is that one has the freedom to define one's own purpose. If your purpose is racing horses, then do as thou wilt. If your purpose is raising a family, then do as thou wilt. If your purpose is growing a business, then you determine what your purpose is, and you are free to choose your purpose at any time. And self-esteem. Now, self-esteem, it sounds kind of like light and flighty. You figure, well, why self-esteem? A lot of people don't even understand what self-esteem means, really. But why self-esteem? A lot of people think that self-esteem is just feeling happy about oneself or being vain, being in love with oneself. But self-esteem is comprised of two things: self-efficacy and self-worth. In other words, I can and I deserve, right? Self-efficacy, meaning you are capable of making money. You're capable of providing yourself with the life that you deserve materially. You're able to provide for your material needs. And self-worth, meaning that you understand that you are a person who actually deserves the highest quality of life that you can possibly give to yourself. So without self-efficacy and self-worth, it's impossible to achieve true self-esteem, a true healthy level of self-esteem. Now, understanding things from an axiomatic perspective, meaning axioms are not facts or truths. but axioms are the basis upon which truth and facts are built. And the axioms that we understand, the basis of all argument, are existence. You know that you exist. Consciousness. You know that you are conscious and aware of your existence. And identity. Your identity is inseparable from your consciousness. In other words, you are aware of your existence as who and what you are. Now, this may be offensive to some people, because I'm going to get to the boys are boys and girls are girls conversation as a natural extension of what I'm saying. But I don't want to talk about that right now. But as a side note, boys are boys and girls are girls, and you're born that way, and that's where you die, and that's just that. Anyway, but paying attention to the axiom of identity, if you are a male, a man, right? If you are of the male gender, okay, or the female gender, really, you have a responsibility to establish an independent sense of self-efficacy. It goes against a man's nature to put his hand out to another person. And so a lot of men find that really challenging. But life equals motion, right? You have to be moving in order to maintain your existence. Whether you're a man or any other animal or even plants. So you have to get up and move in order to accomplish things. Shout out to Nicole and Mecca today, taking Monday off, but it's all good. I understand when you have certain things you have to take care of in life. Or if you just need some slack time, just let me know. You're on the biometrics team, and I'm always with you. So, back to what I was saying. So, it goes against a man's nature to put his hand out and receive support from someone else. And unfortunately, within our culture, it's become more acceptable than I am actually comfortable with, to be honest with you. And trying to incorporate that into a community of men who you can do business with, meaning, and when you say do business as a man, it means taking risks, right? You have to be able to take risks. You got to be able to be willing to lose your marbles when you come to shoot marbles at the park. It's just like when you were a kid. You know, sometimes somebody shoots marbles better than you and they take your marbles. That's just the way it is. Don't play with marbles that you can't lose. Okay? And, you know, don't ask your mama for marbles, because your mama's gonna ask you to bring them back home. And therein lies the problem. Right? And sometimes we may take a risk, and sometimes we may lose. But if you got somebody else to answer to, you know, it's not my problem, it's your problem. But, you know, this is one of those issues where it's very important for a man to establish independence before trying to slide into what looks like interdependence, but what is actually codependency. Now, you guys are just getting my Monday morning coffee meditation. I'm having a wolf, as always. 4 shots of espresso. And I'm rebuilding anesthesia machines today. I'm rebuilding about 8 or maybe even 10 of them. It's going to be fun. Let's go going to be fun. And I've got all my film and camera equipment, so I'm going to take pictures of everything, and video documentation. So, you know, it's hard to find other kids to play marbles with. Okay? Because playing marbles is risky. And that's something that a lot of people don't really want to embrace, right? Because comfort is, you know, comfortable. Comfort is seductive. And, you know, you get to that slide, and then you lose the eye of the tiger, right? So you don't want that to happen. I'm very glad to be teaching my son these foundational principles right now. He's 17 years old. I just got him his first DSLR camera a couple of days ago. So he's a budding filmmaker. Very proud of him. I just give him what he needs to facilitate his development and give him the freedom to be creative on his own. But he also has chores, like all other kids. You know? So yes, I am still looking for a new location for the Biomed RX Health Center. I would prefer to own it than rent. But then again, everything's a trade-off, right? I mean, you know, some landlords like to try to go into business with you if they like and support your endeavor. But that also means that as the profits go up, then the landlord's share goes up. It's a partnership. Yeah. Depends on the quality of the location. I was looking at a location on Melrose years ago when I first opened up, and I had some pretty interesting discourse with the guy who owned it. But once again, he wanted to go into partnership. You know. Now, granted, Melrose is of course in Los Angeles, in LA County, and so the laws with regard to medical grade are a lot different in LA County. So, in such a scenario, I would imagine that having a partner might be beneficial because it is a high-risk business, and you know, you have to have someone watching your back when you're not there to watch their back. But the Biometrics Health Center is not really focused on that. It's focused on high-tech, holistic health remedies and solutions. And the next location I need is going to have to be big enough to house at least 2 hyperbaric oxygen chambers and at least 2 neurofeedback rooms, 2 neurofeedback suites. And that's modest. That's thinking modestly, you know. And ultimately, I mean, I think long term, right? I'm building a legacy for my kids, and you know, I'm restoring the Lockett family estate, and you know, I want a long-term solution. I think about long-term solutions. So, yeah, I want to own the land upon which the next Biometrics Health Center is built. That does not preclude me from putting it within Los Angeles County. It's just that the land, of course, in LA County is a lot more expensive. And, depends on where I build, right? There are a lot of changes happening in LA. There are a lot of areas that are maybe a little depressed right now, but because of the expansion of the metro rail system, those areas are going to be more popular in the near future. And, wherever they put a metro stop, it brings commerce. It brings commerce and it brings residences, and it just brings economic growth. So, but once again, I'm looking to buy. I'm not looking to rent. So we'll see, right? It opens up a lot. It opens up a lot of multi-use, multi-zonal buildings. But it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. And by building my own, then, I can put aquatics, right? I can slap up an American steel warehouse with skylighting on the roof and a swimming pool and such. So yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on. Thank you for joining me. Just talking about different plans for biometrics. I'm very fortunate to be working here at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles this week, or these 2 weeks. It's going to be an ongoing thing, but I still have to pay attention to the clients in Northern Cal and the states that I'm taking care of here, west of the Mississippi. Which means I'll be back on the road pretty soon, which is cool. I enjoy both. My son will be out of school soon, headed for his senior year in high school. And so we'll be doing a lot of work together in the spring. I hope everybody had a nice holiday season. And I'm glad it's over, right? This is my fave. Three Kings. Tres Reyes. This is the time of year that you put your tree out for the trash man. Or, if you're in New Orleans, you change the decoration to make it a Mardi Gras tree. It's crawfish season and fitting to be Mardi Gras. Shout out to all of the family in New Orleans and from New Orleans. I love you all. Thank you for all of the holiday well wishes. I like the whole text thing. I wish I would have taken the time to type down what everybody's phone number is and maybe put their picture too. I gotta fill in my contacts on my phone. Because I just see a bunch of numbers and I'm like, oh, I know you all love me and I love you because you're all family. You know. What a beautiful drive into LA today. 9:53 and I haven't come across a traffic jam yet. I am smack dab in the middle of the morning rush hour. The traffic has been nice and smooth. So I guess everybody's been watching the whole Cat Williams interview on Shay Shay, on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's YouTube channel. I think it was a great, they set the internet on fire, they set YouTube on fire. I think it's great. I think it's excellent. He's a truth teller. I think it's a good thing for Shannon as well, because it puts his show on the map, which is really good. I think he should have Ice Cube to talk about the Club Shay Shay would be a perfect place to talk about these issues. And maybe Kyrie Irving, you know what I mean? We've heard enough from Ye. Ye is just an embarrassment. He's an embarrassment to himself. He may not realize it, but he's an embarrassment to himself. I never was a big Ye fan. I mean, I'm a fan of his music, but I think, he represents the absurdity of our culture in that we grant political statesmanship to rappers and athletes and other people like that. I don't think, their career makes them politically ignorant. I just don't think that it's a responsibility that they should be burdened with, And then you end up with someone who makes great music, but is very ignorant about many topics, especially the topics that he chooses to talk about. And it's just embarrassing. And it's more embarrassing that I am expected to put credence into what he is saying. That you expect me to care. What a musician. I mean, I studied MIDI, musical instrument, digital interface. I studied digital music. I know how to, calibrate the 32-track soundboard and all of that. And I knew a lot of people that were a lot better than me at making beats. In fact, everybody who was making beats that went to school with me was better than me at making beats. Everybody was. But those guys were pretty dumb when it came to other things. I'm just keeping it real. They're my friends, but they're not the smartest guys. They're good at making beats. But I wouldn't ask them about any world political situations at all. I wouldn't ask their opinion about much of anything other than making beats. So you got your Kanye or Ye or whatever, and but no. Other than that clown, I would like to see Shannon Sharp interview quite a few other people that we would consider controversial. Even host, I guess you could say, friendly debates and invite individuals on. That don't necessarily see eye to eye. I don't know. And political figures like Vivek and even Trump, right? Vivek Ramaswamy and even Trump. From what I understand, Vivek isn't even welcome on YouTube. I just heard that this morning. I don't know if it's true. But that's what I'm hearing. That he's using X and other platforms because he is persona non grata on YouTube. And that's kind of the reason I've been laying low too. I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't want to disappoint, and I know you guys, especially on Biomed RX TV, I know you guys have been, kind of accustomed to watching my biomagnetic pair therapy videos and the neurofeedback videos and the peak performance videos and all the rest of this. And I'm still all about that high-tech holistic health and everything that you have been hearing about on my radio show on AM 590, Biomed RX Radio. I am putting together a lineup to get back on the radio as well. But right now, right, holistic warriors such as myself, we kind of have a target on our back, okay? And we're not really sure if they are still employing a medical stratagem to achieve political ends. And this is an election year, so things are more intense than they've ever been. The censorship is more intense than it's ever been, and so, you know. But I appreciate you guys following me, still living the peak performance protocol. I can still show you by my example. Now, I was going to do my half-mile swim. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it mañana. Finish rebuilding these anesthesia machines. I had to order big tubing, the kind of tubing that carries the anesthesia gases to the machine. These machines are portable and they get moved around a lot, and so the tubing flexes. And when the tubing flexes in the same positions every day, over and over again, then they tend to crack. And you can't see the cracks because they're very small. But you will lose pressure, right? As a result. I hope it doesn't disconnect, but I'm going to answer this. Peace. Well, so much for that. Hopefully you can still hear me. Because sometimes when the phone call happens, it takes away my ability to speak on the video. Well, I don't know if you can really hear me right now, because sometimes when a call comes in, it cuts off the audio. So I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching. Excuse me. As always, stay kind, because kind is the new sexy. Kind is actually the only sexy. Stay blessed and stay healthy. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.